Hey there, TikTok. Let's talk about genetics for a moment. I have two snakes, they're from the same clutch, and they have the same genes. But just because they have the same genes doesn't mean it's gonna look the same. This here is Brain, and his mother was an ice, which is lava and anerytheristic. Both of those are recessive genes, so the father had to possess them too in order for them, and they both had to contribute that gene for it to show up in the offspring. Now, the mother, who was also an ice, had another gene that's codominant, which means only one copy needs to be showing up for it to make a change in how the offspring looks. Now, you can see it best in Pinky here, who is a sister from the same clutch, and Halo makes green borders. Now, it does take two copies for the super form, so with just one copy you have Halo, which is green around the borders. Let me see if I can get her to come out of her little hide here. Now, he has it too, but it just doesn't show up as well as hers, and I have such a difficult time getting pinks and greens to show up on camera, as do most people. Give me a moment, let me get her out of here. Alright, as you may or may not be able to see with this lighting, her saddles, her belly checkers are green and white. That green is influenced by the halo. And as you can see from the top, you can see the green around the borders, and then she's got pink and white for her, pink for the saddle colors and white for the ground color. Now, if they've each had two copies of the gene Halo, then they would be the super form, which is called green blotch. And green blotch would be green all over the body, not just in the saddles, which is pretty cool looking. So let's talk about these genetics. Now, they also have sun-kissed. So both parents had sun-kissed. That's another recessive gene. Sun-kissed changes color and pattern, and it's not always the same with every gene that it's mixed with. Now, one of the things that's most common with sun-kissed is it will kind of make the saddles smaller, so that there are more saddles than on a normal corn snake that didn't have that gene. It can also enhance colors, which is why we have so much pink on these guys, because if this was like a snow, which is amelanistic and anerytheristic, you wouldn't have all that pink like that. You might have a little bit of pink, but not quite this much pink. Of course, some of that might be the lava showing through as well, since both parents had lava. Now, if I was to throw Redcoat into this mix and some future offspring, then we might end up with a deeper pink color. Now, Redcoat is a dominant gene, but it, like the Halo, has a super form. So one copy on a snow would be called a coral snow, and two copies of Redcoat on a snow would be called a salmon snow, just because of the depth of the pink color. It can be dark or light. Brain really wants to get out here. Now, Brain, he is in shed right now. His colors just aren't as vibrant as what they normally would be. You can kind of see the green in his belly scale, so if I can get this to focus, that will show up better than the green around his saddle, because it's just so thin around his saddles compared to his sister, which it shows up a lot better. Now, in person, this green is very bright. It's almost like a neon green color. There was a snake called a Christmas mutation. It was called Christmas, was the name of the morph. And that was Redcoat with Halo, so it was red and green. But we haven't seen those around. I guess nobody's really interested in Christmas, so they didn't keep up with it. That could be kind of cool, though, red and green. Anywho, if you all have any questions on these ice halos, sun-kissed halos, please do feel free to ask, or if you just have questions about corn snakes in general. Yes, they do make excellent pets. He is slightly smaller than her because he doesn't eat every meal like she does. The last meal he ate was one I had to assist feed him on because he just keeps not eating. But he's not down to like a dangerous body weight, so I'm not worried at this point, but I probably will have to assist feed him again until he gets in the habit of eating all by himself. I ended up trading for these guys, so I don't know what they sell for. I want to say they were probably about 120 if I had to buy them, but I traded some geckos and skinks for them. Anyway, if you guys, like I said, if you guys have any questions or you just want to know a little bit more about genetics, please let me know. This is actually my first year breeding corn snakes. So this year I've just bred my Carolina wild type with my amelanistic Hurricane Motley. Both of them are pet store buy, so I just want to see if they're het for anything. So hopefully I'll find out if there are any hets on those guys, and you'll get to see the eggs hatching if I'm lucky enough to catch it when it's happening. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.